In this video, we will be seeing if else statement of C programming. So if else statement comes under the first category, decision making or conditional statements of control statements. So we have a topic control statements in C programming, under which we have three categories: decision making or conditional, second one is looping, and the third is jumping or loop control. So under the first category, that is decision making or conditional, we have one of the type as if else statement. So this if else statement, we also call it as else if ladder. So it is also called as else if ladder, because in this statement we will be writing else if multiple times to give multiple conditions in between if and else block. So earlier we have seen in our videos if statement where we have given a condition, a single condition using if keyword, and if followed by condition statements to be executed. So if the condition is true, statements are executed. And if not, if the condition is false, nothing gets executed. It will execute the remaining program, but it will skip the if block. Now in case of if else statement, we have if block and else block, where we have a single condition again, if followed by the condition to be checked. So if condition is true, if block gets executed, if condition is false, else block gets executed. So based on true or false, the condition, uh, true or false result of condition, we execute the if or else block. Now in case of if else statement, we are having the syntax which is similar to if else, but as we have seen, in case of if and if else, there is only a single condition. But there may be cases where you want to add multiple conditions in your program, more than one condition using a single if block or if statement. So here in this if else block, if you want to add multiple conditions, that is more than one condition, you can make use of else if keyword. So using this else if keyword, we will be writing a condition followed by statements like this. So this else if we can add to our if else block or if else block for increasing the number of conditions in our program. So if you want to have multiple conditions in the if else block, we can use else if. Not just one, but you can add multiple else if blocks to your if else block. So here condition 1 is always given beside if statement, if keyword, and then condition 2 is given beside else if, and you can increase the number of conditions in between if and else by using else if. That is the reason, because we are using else if multiple times, it is also called else if ladder statement. So here in this case, what happens? If the first condition is true, then if block is executed and the remaining conditions, that is condition 2 and condition 3, are never checked, because already our condition is meeting. First condition is true. So if the condition 1 is false, then only it will check condition 2. And if condition 2 is true, then it executes the second else if block here. That means the block which is present after if, the first else if block, or the second block of statements after if here. This one will get executed if this condition is true, and the remaining, that is the condition 3, is never executed. So in else if ladder statement, what happens is, if you are providing 10 conditions also, there may be 5 conditions which are true, or there may be 10 conditions which may be true. So there may be cases where all the condition may be true. So in that case, what happens? Whichever condition is meeting first or satisfying first, only that block of statements will get executed, and the other conditions are never checked. So only single block gets executed even if all the conditions are true. And whichever condition is meeting first, that block of statements are executed. So that is one thing in if else statement. And mainly providing, it is used for providing multiple conditions in the program. Multiple conditions in C program. So we can increase the number of conditions in case of if else statement by using else if keyword in between if and else, and it is always written in between if block and else block. So it is compulsory to write the else if in between if and else block. So let's see it practically in Dev C++ IDE. So this is Dev C++ IDE where we have already seen if else statement. So now on the screen you can see a program where we have a simple C program. I'll just remove it and let's write it again. So I am writing a new program here by including first the standard input output header file. So in this line we are including the standard input output header file. Then we are writing the starting point of execution, which is the main function. So these two things must be present in every C program. These are basics or basic format of any C program. Now I will be declaring two variables, int a equal to 10, b equal to 20. Let's take. Now I will be using if statement here, giving a condition if a is greater than b. So this condition will be checked. If condition is true, I want to print welcome. And if condition is false, then I can take a else block where I want to print so bye or goodbye, let's take. And statement must end with semicolon. So if condition is true, it will print welcome, else it will print goodbye. Now once execute, let's execute. So compiled, no errors. Now run it. Then we get goodbye because a greater than b is false, as a value is 10. 10 is not greater than 20. 10 greater than 20, it is checking. It is not. It is giving a false result. So it is printing else block statements, that is goodbye. Else block getting executed and thus printing goodbye on the output screen. Suppose I increase the a value to 100. Now if I compile and run, I get welcome because now the condition is true. Now let's take another condition here using else if. So I am adding one more condition, like I want to check here if a is greater than uh, I want to check greater than 5. Then I want to print a greater than 5. So if this is also not true, let's check a greater than 2. So a value greater than 2 or not, I want to check. So it is greater than 5 means obviously greater than 2. So let's take this condition later. So first it will be checking this. I want to make it 10. Now first compile it. So 0 errors, run it. So I got a greater than 2. So this condition is meeting. And let's take this first and make the a value as 3. So now compile it, run it. So I again got a greater than 2. This is because first condition a greater than b is false. A greater than 5 is also false as a is 3. And a greater than 2 is true because a is 3 more than 2. So this block of statements got executed and we got the result as a greater than 2. Now if I make it 6, then I get the second else if a greater than 5. And if I make it 1, then I get the else block executed, which prints goodbye because all the 3 conditions are false. So this is how we can add multiple conditions in the if else block using else if ladder or else if keyword. Because we are using multiple else if here in between if and else, it is also called else if ladder statement. So this is how we use if else statement in a C program. So thank you for watching the video, and for more updates on C programming topics, please do subscribe the channel. On this channel, you will also find other programming languages, other computer programming languages. So please don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.